Hello and welcome to It's a Small World. I'm Tanya.
And I'm Mitch.
And this is a podcast for curious minds. In each episode, we take a familiar idea and look at it from a slightly different angle, through belief, history, psychology, folklore, and lived experience. So today then, we're talking about New Year resolutions, but not in the usual way. We're asking where resolutions actually came from, whether January is the right time to be making big life changes, and why so many of us feel like we've failed before the year has even properly started. January, new year, new energy, mixed feelings. Have you made any resolutions?
I don't make resolutions. I like to do challenges because I've realised that when I used to do resolutions, I did them thinking what other people wanted to see me as. And the other year I decided I was going to do challenges. And I think you were involved with my challenges. I decided that whatever someone threw at me, I would say yes. And it was the best year I've ever had in my entire life. And you dragged me into quite a few shenanigans and experiences and jobs and creative stuff. And I had the most creative year. So since then, I no longer do resolutions. I do challenges. How about you?
Yeah, I think I kind of do goals, which is a similar kind of thing, I think. Mm-hmm. Rather than saying, you know, today's the 31st, tomorrow's the 1st, everything has to change.
Yeah.
I kind of think what goals I'm going to do this coming year, then try and sort of split it into quarters almost and say, you know, try and aim for what I'm going to do each bit. Because I think, especially after Christmas, we've got the dark nights, we've got the cold days, and then trying to suddenly change and become this healthy version. It's just a depressing time of year, isn't it?
Yeah. And that whole sudden change thing. It's like, what's all that about?
Yeah.
It's madness. Yeah. Absolute madness.
Yeah. I'm still intending to lose weight and get fit this year, but you know, it doesn't have to happen overnight.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just Bridget Jones thing, isn't it? Every single year, new diary, same old stuff you put in it, kind of thing. Yeah. But no, we're going to change the way we do these. And who actually created the New Year's resolution? Who can we blame for that?
Well, I was having a little look because this is something I didn't know. And apparently, ancient Babylonians are often cited as the earliest resolutions. So there were promises to the gods rather than self-improvement goals. Romans and Janus, is that how you pronounce it? Janus?
Mm-hmm.
God of beginnings, doorways, transitions. Early resolutions were about repair, reflection, and intention, not productivity. So have resolutions always been about becoming better or just becoming more aligned?
Oh, good question there. Good question. Well, I think, you know, everyone could do better, can't we all, kind of thing. I think the whole New Year's Day, New Year's resolution, that's a load of bull, personally, because I bet the Babylonians weren't sticking to the 1st of January, were they? But they didn't even have the 1st of January. That didn't even big until the Gregorian calendar came about.
And still got loads of Christmas food to eat, had they?
Absolutely. So when it's just, and I suppose looking back to like the pagans, you know, they were very much, you know, it's the winter now. Let's go on, you know, bring a log inside and have the Yule log and all that. And they look at different times of the year in different, you know, segments. And I kind of get that. But I wonder if the Babylonians said, do you know what? I'm going to go on a diet.
They probably didn't have that option, did they?
They probably didn't. No, just starve or feast or whatever. Yeah, who knows? Well, there we are then. It all starts with them. And then Hallmark got involved and brought out calendars, and now therefore we've gone downhill ever since. So
do you have any traditions then that you do New Year? Or do you just go to bed?
Oh, I can't even stay awake for New Year's Eve. I used to work New Year's Eve. I used to work in a health club. We had a bar, a very sociable place. And when it came to New Year's Eve, we'd actually close the bar at 1:45 midnight, and all the single female staff would run downstairs with a bottle of champagne into the manager's office and lock the door. Because once those ding-dongs go off, all the men try and stick their tongues down your throat and try and snog you, and you're thinking, oh, you're just a creep. So we used to take a bottle of champagne into so I used to hate New Year's Eve. So now I don't work New Year's Eve, and so I just stay in, and I'm usually in bed by about 9:30 with a good book. I know, it's very disappointing that. Turn 55 and your life changes. Yeah. What about you?
I've fallen into the whole trap of feeling like I should do something.
Yeah.
Because people say, "Oh, it's just another day," but then it's as much as it is, it's another year, isn't it? And it's the
Yeah.
same with birthdays. I always think it's like it's, it sound morbid, but it's another year on your tombstone, should you have one, you know?
Yeah. Okay. I know. I get that. Yeah. You're going to mark the occasion and all the rest of it. I survived
Yeah.
another year, kind of. I
And
get that. I can remember quite a few years back being in Cornwall, and this is in my probably late 20s, and we're staying with the family members. And on New Year's Eve, they'd invited some people around that we didn't know who they were. And we thought just coming in for lunch on New Year's Eve. And they were still bloody there in the evening time. And I'm stood in this remote place thinking, what on earth am I doing? What the waste of my life? So I kind of get it.
yeah.
You don't want to waste that special time. Yeah.
And I kind of think like if I don't do anything, it's bad luck.
Really?
Yeah. That's probably a whole other podcast sort of
Absolutely bad luck.
thing. Yeah, I just think if I don't bring the year in, I might get bad luck. And I don't know why that is. I
That
think
is some weird voodoo shit bollocks, that is.
I do remember a couple of New Years. One was one of the few New Years that I didn't spend it with my mum in my adult years, and I'm sure it was that year that she was ill, and I felt like I should have spent that New Year with her. And then another one I think was the year we had. Was it 2019 and we had COVID in 2020 or 20?
2020 was COVID, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure
Popular year. It was just beginning to kick in 2019. Yeah.
yeah, and I think there's a little bit of an issue about not mingling, wasn't there?
Oh, I can't
I
remember
think
that.
so.
Yeah.
It might have been 2018 or 2019, and I basically decided not to do anything, and then I just got really fed up and
Really?
some whiskey. Yeah.
My parents shame me, they're like a million years old and they still wake themselves up to go and see the new year in.
Dude, that's quite
Yeah.
sweet, though.
Yeah, I suppose at their age, it's good luck if they're going to survive another one, actually. But, no more, no, it's a bit ticking a bit quicker, isn't it, for them, kind of thing, if you know what I mean?
Well, I guess, yeah. And is
Yeah.
that more reason to see it in then, I suppose?
Oh, yeah. That's very wise of you to say such a thing.
But
Yes.
don't you ever think when you kind of when the clock struck 12 and you've had the bongs and you all say Happy New Year and Old Lang Syne and that, and then you think, oh, I wonder what this year is going to hold, and who
Yeah.
will be here this time next year, and what will have happened. You've got that whole thing, haven't you?
I know I've looked back in the past and thought, thank goodness that year's gone.
Mm,
Now start some exciting stuff. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And people do say, oh, I'm glad to see the back of that year.
Mm.
And so, as much as it is another day, it's not.
No, I get that. But so many people have these really good intentions, and then within a few hours, days, weeks, they've all kind of like, So did they really want to do it in the first place? I know I have this theory that people only change if it hurts enough.
Yeah.
And yeah, and
Want to.
so if they don't want to do it in something in the first place, then they are going to fail about it. I mean, I started doing some exercises. This is a funny one for you. Last year, I decided I was going to start doing some exercise. I just like some flexibility things, and I paid for a subscription app and all the rest of it. And the only reason I was exercising because I knew I was going to go on holiday with you to the summer solstice, and I'll be expected to sit cross-legged in a class at some point. And my entire quest was all aimed on can I sit cross-legged within 6 months.
I can't remember. I remember
I didn't,
asleep by a campfire.
Shh, yeah. But that was my motivation because I was excited about doing something completely different and exciting. And so it was a lead into all of that. It wasn't something that you've got to run 10 miles. My challenge was small. Can you sit there cross-legged?
So going back to them, the fact that January is cold, dark, everybody's energy is low.
Yeah.
Isn't there are some people, or actually it's not some people, it's fact, isn't it, that a better time to start new practices, new beginnings is actually March, when we have the spring equinox. You've got renewal, growth, and is it cyclical living?
I've got no idea. What is cyclical living?
Cyclic. I can't even say it. Cyclical living. Now, I was reading, and I've tried to read that many books all in one go.
I bet the Babylonian calendar began in March.
I bet it did. Yeah, so spring season includes Aries season and the spring equinox, as this is the beginning of the astrological year and the perfect time to start to live in a new way. So, I mean, and
Yeah,
I get that because, the sun's coming out, everywhere's a bit more colourful,
yeah,
the nights are lighter, and you feel like you've got that energy
yeah.
to.
Bit more motivation, yeah,
Yeah.
inspiration. I get that.
Whereas
I get that.
I think I could quite gladly hibernate sometimes in the
Oh
winter.
gosh. Yeah, absolutely. And so I think, yeah, starting a New Year's resolution later on in the year is probably a really wise thing to do, actually.
Yeah. So we're expected to transform when actual nature itself is resting.
It's still hibernating. Absolutely. Why aren't we listening to nature more? I want to take on, I want to have a hedgehog as my life guru. They totally get it.
A hedgehog. You mean a tortoise?
Well, a tortoise or a hedgehog, I don't really mind. Whoever hibernates and comes out in the spring. I don't know.
My friend's got a tortoise, and I always thought you put tortoises in a box to hibernate, but hers buries itself in the garden.
Oh,
And I was like, well, don't you ever get worried that it's just not going to dig itself back out
yeah,
again?
yeah.
And she's like, well, yeah, one year that will happen. And I'm like,
Oh,
and then you're going to have to dig it up to see if it is dead and then bury it again.
ooh, that's not good.
That's a bit
No.
weird, isn't it? Anyway, I've digressed, I suppose.
Okay.
um,
Yeah, so let's say going forward, then new beginnings need to start in the spring, which makes complete and utter sense.
yeah. So
Yeah,
resolutions then they're often outcome focused. We punish ourselves
yeah,
and we abandon them.
yeah,
Yeah. Whereas rituals, which I guess we should
yeah.
do, are repeated grounding actions, emotional or symbolic, and they're more about showing up rather than achieving.
Yes, I'll totally agree with that. Yeah,
Smaller
yeah.
changes.
And it's stuff that you can do for yourself to make yourself feel better, as opposed to some resolutions are very much about what other people see in you. Do they want to see the thin in you? Is that what you're thinking all the time? Whereas with rituals, it's like, do you know what? I'm going to take 5 minutes out. I'm going to light a candle, think about things, and do you know what? Tell myself I've done a bloody good job.
So
That's my
you
theory,
don't do
anyway.
New Year rituals, though, do you?
No, no.
No, you don't.
Well, that was for you. Maybe would be the get the Alka Seltzer out about midday on New Year's Day.
My mum always used to be like, somebody with dark hair's got to bring a lump of coal in. That kind of
What?
generation.
Wow.
Never heard
Yeah,
that.
I suppose it would have been. Yeah, yeah,
It's got to be something to do with wealth or something, hasn't it? I would have
yeah,
thought.
yeah.
I've not really looked into it. I should probably look into that. But yeah, and I don't know why it was somebody with dark hair that had to bring it in.
Don't know. Do you know when I've gone to say that about the whole bringing a lump of coal and all the rest of it, and but you go around other people's houses, don't you? And you
Mm.
do stuff, but that's getting confused with the old lang syne, isn't it? And
Yeah,
where did we go the other year when I almost killed someone? Where was that? That dancing
oh,
thing.
was that the Scottish thing?
The Scottish thing. Yeah, Burns night.
Burns night. I
Yeah,
can't remember.
it's different.
Oh, that dance.
Wasn't my fault.
It was. Poor
I didn't, I
wounded
didn't-
man. He's never danced again.
yeah, he was wounded on the way in, I swear.
I'm sure
Yeah, so I think Burns night, they definitely know how to party there
they
and
do.
do those. Yeah, and I think our New Year's because it turned into a bit of a drunken fever, really, isn't it? Yeah. But yes, but going back to rituals, what should we be doing? I mean, do you actually take notice of like, the full moons and light candles and dance naked in this, moonlight and all the rest of it?
Just for fun. No, I keep saying I'm going to, but then I don't. I mean, we did go to that gong rave thing, didn't we?
Oh, that's a bit weird, wasn't it?
That was
Yeah.
a bit weird. Yeah. I mean, we didn't quite know what to expect, but
Mm.
then there was
I,
people sort of leaping around. So strange.
I had a friend, well, I still got a friend, Mr. Unwin, and he used to like go out walking quite a lot. And if he was ever out in a field in the middle of, and he used to like ramble all over the place, he would sometimes take off his clothes and just run through a cornfield naked.
What,
especially
any
been
time of
raining.
year?
Well, only often the corn's up, yeah, the crops
Oh,
are in. Yeah,
okay.
he used to
Because
like the
that
feel of
makes it all right.
yeah, the wetness whipping him as he ran through it. Yeah, he kept his walking boots on. Yeah, but he did this thing
Well, yeah, it would be a bit
allegedly.
awkward,
So
wouldn't it? That's slightly different to bringing a lump of coal in, isn't it?
it is slightly a bit different, isn't it? Yeah.
I remember
So
the
yeah,
first year, my ex-husband spent
mhm.
New Year with me and my mum. He had the darkest hair, so my mum made him wait outside and come in after midnight. Except he didn't actually come in. He stopped in the garden for a good 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, your mother knew had the measure of that man.
Well, yes, in
You
hindsight,
put
he
out
could have
there.
been there, been left there, still wandering around to this day.
Yeah. Okay, going back to rituals though, do
Hmm.
you think that people aren't aware of stuff or just can't be asked?
I think people are more aware than they used to be. I think there's a lot more talk about it now.
Yes, I think COVID did make that big, lift up in understanding and broaden people's horizons a little bit. Yeah.
And I think there's a lot more research and evidence to back things up, isn't there?
Yeah.
In terms of astrology and
Hmm.
astronomy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And LOA, I mean that had a massive rise in popularity during COVID,
yeah,
didn't it? Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I think people got more attuned to things because they had that time, didn't they? It
Mm.
forced
Yeah.
everybody to stop. So yeah, I mean, there is something where we're in line with the planets, I guess. And
Hmm. Yeah.
how much does that have an effect on us as humans?
I don't know. I've got friends who get headaches when it's the full moon and strange things like
Really?
that. Yeah, they scratch a lot and how?
That's interesting, isn't it? And do they know why?
Well, I think they're part witch anyway, actually. So who knows? But yeah, there's some strange occurrences. But then again, look at you get a full moon and the tides change and you get your high tides, your low tides, and all. I mean,
Yeah,
it's magical
exactly.
stuff, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah,
Even
yeah,
something like that, the tides come in and out on a time thing, all connected with,
yeah,
yeah. So why shouldn't stuff like that affect us as
yeah,
humans that are made up of tiny little cells
yeah,
and a huge amount of water?
yeah. I think we've just put up barriers and haven't kind of like tapped into that realm yet. I think there's so much more that we could learn about. We're just scratching it a little bit, aren't we? It's
So is it our resolutions more psychological, or are they more astronomical?
ah well, going back to the Babylonians, then I bet they weren't going, oh, we're putting a few pounds here to get rid of that. I bet they were thinking more of the bigger picture,
Yeah,
what cosmic amazing stuff they could do.
yeah. So
Those
modern day
connections.
people are making it more
Yeah.
psychological than,
Yeah. And I suppose in some ways, I think it's moving away from that being materialistic and being concerned what people think about you to actually getting the bigger picture.
yeah. What about
More,
religion then?
oh, don't get me going there. Don't get me going there,
From a
Tanya.
religious point of view, I mean,
Yeah.
because obviously I think it's been proven that Christ wasn't born on Christmas Day, kind of.
No, I bet he came around at Easter as well, didn't he?
Is it? No, doesn't he rise in Easter? I thought he was born in September or
Oh,
something
all
like
the
that.
calendars were different. Who knows? I
Yeah.
mean, let's face facts. There was a sheep involved, wasn't there? Lamb, a lamb.
Yeah.
Therefore, it must be lambing season. That's my
The
theory.
lamb
Yeah,
kept time.
yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah. That's it.
yeah. So I remember hearing, I think in junior school, a teacher told us that it was all, made up. And I think, is it true that kings and things sort of in time altered the amount of time that they were ruling and things like that?
Oh, I don't know.
Not that
At
that
the end
makes
of the
sense.
day, kings could do whatever they wanted. They rewrote the Bible so they didn't have to go through purgatory, don't they?
So is it
So,
down then to the fact that humans just crave a fresh start? Do you think that's what it is?
Yeah.
We all want to reset, and we're just finding this point
I
where,
think we've been institutionalized to say it's a new year, therefore you must make a bit more of an effort, kind of thing. I think we've just had to accept that because that's what we're told year in, year out, down from our ancestors and all the rest of it. But I think we times have changed. I think more people are realizing that you can change any day that you want to.
yeah, it doesn't have to be New
It
Year.
doesn't have to be on. It's not pinned onto the 1st of January. I was doing my exercise from my cross-legged exercises in preparation. And then halfway through the year, I had had a health test done, and I got high blood pressure. So I decided I was going down the low salt route, and I started it, very very gradually. But I started it middle of the year. That's not a New Year's resolution for January, but it was a New Year's resolution and a new way of life for me, new habit.
You don't have to.
No.
Yeah, you can do it
So my dog's barking. There's a squirrel or something outside the door.
anytime. And I mean, obviously, I lost weight last year as well, but that was more. Um, it's hard. It's hard, I think, and it's more somebody keeping you accountable
Yeah.
to a lot of these things.
Okay.
So yeah, it's people holding you accountable, isn't it? Sometimes.
Yes, that's what you went through with your weight loss program, wasn't it? It was very much
Because
checking in and showing up.
had to tell somebody what my weight was that week and what calories I'd had, that made the difference.
Yeah.
So psychologically, why sometimes can't we do it for ourselves? It's almost shaming us into it, isn't it?
I don't know. Well, yeah. Well, yes. Yeah. I had a counselling session a couple of years ago, and I didn't know what to do with my job, and I got myself into a right pickle. And this is a person I never met before. I paid her 50 quid. Went for this session, and basically she said, we talked about a lot of things, and at the end of it, she said, right, next week you come back, and you've got to have made a decision.
Oh,
I didn't even know the woman, and I felt so panicky about it, having to make a decision.
I
I
didn't think
did.
they could do that. I thought they had to listen and suggest. I didn't think they could.
Or this one did. I went for the next session. I wouldn't think after that. But she held me accountable to make put on my big girl's pants on and make a decision. As it was, I went into my job the next day with two envelopes. One was saying I'm resigning, and one was saying I want to go down to part time.
Wow.
As it was, they took the part time option.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but it was good. Like I say, it's make you accountable. Yeah.
Yeah. See, maybe we should do that. Just hold each other accountable for things.
Yeah.
Because
True.
this
True.
podcast
But
has
we're gonna.
almost been a year in the making, hasn't it? I think we had the idea last year.
Yeah. Yeah. But we're doing it. We're doing it.
Yeah, we are doing
We
it.
thought about it, we planned it, we thought about it, we discussed it, we've come up with all different options. It's not as if we had put it on a back burner. It was just a long leading time kind of thing. And apart from that, I think most of our concept creation came under the influence of alcohol. So that is as we got very creative, then we had to pull it back a little bit,
Yeah.
rules, boundaries, and limitations
Our
somewhat.
best ideas happen when we've had alcohol, probably.
Absolutely.
I didn't see it at the time.
Yeah, yeah. Just for about to ring all these people.
This tastes like you're going to get a text later.
Brilliant. Yeah. Oh, where's the
So,
rum? Yeah.
so then, making intentions that actually stick. I'm saying intentions rather than resolutions.
Yeah.
So we've got to focus on identity shifts rather than habits, and gentle, maybe one or two gentle changes rather than changing the world overnight.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, because you went through a massive change this year, didn't you? I mean, we're
Oh,
only what 3 weeks
yeah.
in, and you've gone through a massive one. But that must have been in the back of your mind a little bit.
Changing my name
Same, yeah.
officially. Yeah, yeah. Um, to be honest, it was one of those where I mulled over it a while because I didn't feel like my married name,
Hmm.
and obviously been divorced. What, 8 years, something like that.
Yeah.
But I also felt like so much had happened since I was my maiden name that I didn't feel like that either.
Uh-huh.
And I wasn't keen on my maiden name. And I was like, oh, what do I do? Is it not shaming the family, you know what I mean? Um, is it going to upset them if I don't keep that name? And then I just thought picking a random name doesn't seem right either. So I've just gone with the first and middle name officially.
Yeah.
Plus, my driver's license and passport needed renewing this year, so I thought, do it all
Timely. I
together.
mean, it worked for Sting and Madonna and Prince, isn't it? So yeah, I think it's
That's
brilliant.
true. Yeah, that's true. And I think with it, um, has also done this thing in my mindset that now I am almost this new person, this new identity
Yeah.
that I have
Uh,
to not have
yeah, I would agree.
to,
I would
but
agree with that. I've seen a shift in you since you told me, the change and just
really,
how you've been. 'Cause I've known you for a few years now, but you seem to have this more vitality, energy, and focus and determination. And I like her. I like the new Tanya.
let's hope it lasts then.
The old drunken Tanya was quite amusing, admittedly, but this new
Oh,
Tanya, I
that's a
like.
whole other episode, isn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Um, but it's still January. How is it?
Yeah, but we've done loads already,
We have.
though.
But that's the thing. How is it still January? How was Christmas like? What, 3 weeks ago? Four?
I know you weren't a happy bunny at Christmas time,
I
but it's good to
wasn't.
see that this new person.
Yeah.
Excellent. Do you know what? When you cut off your Christmas lights off your tree outside using your scissors,
Yeah.
I knew we're in for a bit of a surprise this coming year.
Yes. Yeah. I didn't think about what I would do next year. I was
You
like,
were cutting cords. You just didn't realise it.
oh, there we go. Symbolic, you see.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah.
And you just thought you had a bag on.
Yeah. I just thought I was cold and angry.
Miserable.
No,
I
I'm
hate life.
cutting the symbolic cord to
Oh
my
yeah, you see,
old
you did
life.
it. In fact, they're all fairy lights. I'm sure there's another link in there to something being spiritual.
Could be. Could be.
Yeah, yeah,
So moving forward with this podcast then, as the
yeah.
theme, this New Year's resolutions, instead of saying um, this year I must or I will, it's this year I'm curious about or I'm questioning.
Ooh, that's right. So yours is going to be curious. Mine will be this year. I'm going to have fun by doing X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to do. So you're going
What
to be
would you?
curious, and I'm going to be fun.
Well, I'm curious about fun.
Okay, yeah. So do you have anything on your list for this year anyway?
um,
On your intentions list?
my intentions list. Going back to sort of physical things. Um, I keep wanting to well, I toy with extending the house or downsizing, you know,
Oh,
and they're completely different things, aren't they? So I'm like, do I have like a ground floor extension that I've always wanted, where it like opens up into the garden? Maybe I do that and then sell after a few years.
oh, I mean, I'd love it to or list it, that kind of
Maybe.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. I'd also like to go to Norway. That's been on my
Oh,
bucket list for a while, or Iceland even. The
do you
lagoon.
know what? I thought about Iceland for a moment, but
It's
I
cold.
don't know, a bit cold, yeah.
Well,
Are the mosquitoes?
that's
Yeah, but
no.
you do like to travel though, don't you? You do like that side of things.
Yeah, it's a big world.
Mhm.
It's a well, or is it a small world?
It's a small world. Ah, so what else is on your to-do list?
What else is there to do? I keep learning, you know, do more, just experience more, I think. A lot of the time I think, oh, I can't do that. I've got to go on my own kind of thing. And you put it off, don't you? So maybe I just,
Yeah,
just do it.
absolutely. There's
Mm.
always things. I went through a period in my life when I was mid-20s and I was working so much, I didn't have many friends around because I was always just working. I was just never available to go out with them. And I ended up just going off on doing stuff by myself. And I took myself on a hang gliding holiday by myself. Yeah,
Um,
like you do. Yeah, and do you know what? It was a bit of a wheeze and all the rest of it. Yeah. So yeah, you have to do these strange things.
that is brave.
It was a bit brave, yeah, but it was a bit mad as well.
Yeah, we need to get our heads together and
Yeah, More shenanigans.
Yes, plan some more shenanigans for this year.
Yeah, because I think we did say we're going to have a bit more culture this year, didn't we?
Yes.
We're going to have some culture days out and aways, you know.
Yeah. I've got a
In
pile of
culture.
books, those things to do before you die books.
Okay.
One of them
Can
I
we cross out the last word and just put in the next 12 months?
well, one of them I got, and I got it second hand, and in the front of it somebody had written, "To Peter, get well soon." And I was thinking,
Oh.
oh no, well he clearly didn't, did he? Because I've got his book. Had to rip that out. Negative
Yeah.
energy and all that.
Oh dear, dear. I think one of the things I do want to go to an alien event sometime this year.
Oh,
I don't know what I mean by that, but
what,
something I don't know.
UFOs,
Yeah,
extraterrestrials.
yeah. 'Cause I love the whole Skinwalker Ranch. I don't need to go over there to because I watch the TV program. It's far easier. But I'm sure there's alien stuff experiences, and I think that's going to be on my list today at some point to do. I think that's quite exciting.
Oh,
And obviously the podcast, obviously with you, that'd be
yeah.
interesting. And I have signed up to a workshop course, which I've just started gently. Going to be going down the videoing route. So that's my new
Oh,
learning
yeah.
experience thing. And and a thing popped up on Facebook the other day, and it's about how to improve your enunciation. I thought, you know what? I'm going to do that.
Really?
Don't know how I'm going to do it, but
Very good
I'm going to sign to a
initiative.
course and learn how to enunciate correctly and come up with some bigger, better words and be the most interesting person in the room.
I think your enunciation's great, and I think you are interesting. So there you go.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm going to do it more. I'm going to do it more.
You're going to
Yeah,
do it more. I shall expect big
yeah,
words from you.
absolutely. More better than absolutely and
And
marvelous. I'm
very
going
well
to.
pronounced. So it's almost time for us to wind it up then.
Mhm,
So basically, there's no deadline on change.
mhm.
Fresh starts, unearned, they're chosen. So,
Yeah, I like that.
well, what is
New
next
stuff.
week's topic going to be?
Oh, I think your life is amazing, and I'd love to pick that to pieces. But I think guests need to get to know you a little bit more before we actually sacrifice your life
Yes.
for an autopsy. Um, that would be quite good. There's so many.
Or maybe people could suggest it.
Yeah,
Pop it in the
because
comments.
I would like to discuss the whole law of attraction at some point, because I went through this whole roller coaster of what a load of whatever. Then I went and did a counselling course in it during lockdown, and then I tried to implement it. And then what was the results afterwards? After 3-4 years later, where am I? I think that's it makes you look back and question things.
Power of the mind again, isn't it?
Power of the mind. Yeah.
Have
Did I
you
want to
started the
believe?
magic yet?
I have actually. Yes.
So
Yes.
there you go.
Yes.
That's something we can talk about. See what's happened. How many
Absolutely.
days in are you?
We've had 2 nights of reading it, so I'm about that. You can't see me, can you? But I'm about that far
Okay.
through. We're still on very much the thank you part, but I say thank you anyway, and I always do the gratitudes anyway before I go to bed. Um, yeah, so it's really weird because when you're reading a book like that, and then other things pop in your head. So it says like, no, say thank you for everything, which I do. And then if you go and read like Miranda Hart's book, she kept saying thank you and apologizing for everything. I'm thinking, oh, am I going down that route now? So it's going to be interesting how my brain filters all the information.
There we go. Maybe that's something to talk about next week. So we don't want to leave you with a list of things to do. Instead, we'll leave you with this question. What if the problem with New Year's resolutions isn't discipline, but timing? What if January isn't meant for reinvention, but for reflection? And what if change doesn't have to be loud, dramatic, or announced, but seasonal, gentle, and ongoing? If this conversation sparked any thoughts for you, we'd love you to carry on with them and maybe even share them with us on our Instagram or Facebook page. This has been It's a Small World. And remember,
The world may be small, strange, and more connected than we're led to believe.
excellent.